Welcome back, curious minds, to another journey into the depths of human ingenuity here on Explore and Discover Curious World. Today, we're stepping away from tales of innovation and progress to explore something darker, an unsettling chapter in history that showcases just how far humanity's creativity can go when twisted by cruelty and power. Yes, we're talking about the world's most horrifying torture devices. These weren't just tools of punishment. They were spectacles designed to instill fear, maintain control, and, in some cases, entertain. From the Persian scaphism, where nature itself becomes the executioner, to the breaking wheel, a medieval marvel of prolonged agony, and finally, the brazen bull, Sicily's morbid symbol of tyranny, each of these devices has a chilling story to tell. So, buckle up, grab a strong stomach, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the strange and the curious. Ready? Let's unravel these tales of terror. Part 1. Scaphism, the Persian nightmare. Let's begin with scaphism, a torture method so horrifying that it sounds like something out of a dystopian horror novel. And yet, it was very real, a testament to humanity's ability to blend creativity with cruelty. The historical context: scaphism originated in the Persian Empire during the reign of Artaxerxes II, 404–358 BCE. The term comes from the Greek word, scophos, meaning hollow, or scooped, referring to the boats or logs used in the method. Reserved for the gravest crimes, such as treason, it was a spectacle of both physical and psychological torment. The Persians weren't known for leniency, and scaphism was their way of saying, "Cross us, and we'll make you regret it in ways you can't even imagine." The process. Nature takes over. The victim was stripped naked and placed between two hollowed-out logs or boats, with their head, hands, and feet exposed. Then, the real horror began. Executioners force-fed the victim a concoction of milk and honey, not for nourishment, but to induce severe diarrhea. The victim was also smeared with honey to attract insects, turning their body into a living buffet for flies and maggots. Each day, executioners returned to repeat the process, ensuring the victim stayed alive to endure more suffering. Insects laid eggs in the open wounds, and larvae burrowed into the flesh. The victim's own bodily waste further contributed to their torment, creating an environment that was as degrading as it was agonizing. The longest death. Scaphism wasn't quick. Historical accounts suggest victims could survive for over 2 weeks, conscious and fully aware as their bodies decomposed from the inside out. Plutarch, a Greek historian, provides a harrowing account of Mithridates, a soldier who suffered this fate after falsely taking credit for killing Cyrus the Younger. His death wasn't just a punishment, it was a message to anyone considering treason. Psychological and social impact. Scaphism wasn't merely about physical suffering. It was a public event, a grim reminder of the empire's absolute power. The sight of someone enduring days or weeks of such torment left an indelible mark on anyone who witnessed it. The fear it instilled ensured loyalty through terror. Part 2. The breaking wheel, the medieval spectacle. If scaphism was a quiet, natural horror, the breaking wheel was its loud, theatrical cousin. This medieval torture device turned execution into a grotesque public event, designed to maximize suffering and humiliation. The wheel's anatomy. The breaking wheel was a massive wooden structure, often mounted vertically or horizontally. The condemned person was tied to it, limbs spread along the wheel's spokes. Executioners used a heavy iron bar to systematically break the victim's bones. The process was meticulous, designed to cause excruciating pain while avoiding immediate death. Variations across regions. In some versions, the wheel was spun slowly, and blows were timed to coincide with its rotation. In others, the victim's body was woven into the wheel, with broken limbs threaded through the spokes. Once the execution was complete, or the condemned was near death, the wheel was hoisted upright, displaying the broken body as a grim warning. The role of the executioner. Executioners took pride in their work, often boasting about their ability to prolong agony. The longer the victim survived, the greater the artistry of the execution. In some cases, Executioners were instructed to avoid vital areas, ensuring the victim remained alive for hours or even days. Famous cases: Peter Nyers, a German brigand and serial killer, endured over 40 blows on the wheel over 3 days before finally succumbing. His execution drew massive crowds, transforming punishment into a morbid form of public entertainment. Cultural significance: the breaking wheel wasn't just a method of execution, it was a symbol of authority and order. Its association with Saint Catherine of Alexandria, who was miraculously saved from it according to legend, added an ironic twist. The wheel became both a tool of oppression and a symbol of resistance, immortalized in art and literature. Part 3. The Brazen Bull, Sicily's fiery terror. Next, we travel to ancient Sicily, where the brazen bull represents one of the most theatrical and horrifying torture devices ever created. A gruesome design, the brazen bull was a hollow bronze statue, large enough to hold a person. Once sealed inside, a fire was lit beneath the bull, roasting the victim alive. The device's pièce de résistance? A series of acoustic tubes that transformed the victim's screams into lifelike bellowing sounds. The result was a horrifying blend of sight, sound, and suffering. The legend of Perillos. According to legend, the brazen bull was invented by Perillos, a Greek artisan who presented it to the tyrant Phalaris of Agrigento. But Phalaris, perhaps unimpressed by the demonstration, ordered Perillos to be its first victim. His screams were the first to echo through the bronze chamber, proving the device's effectiveness. A symbol of tyranny, the brazen bull wasn't just a tool of execution, it was a statement of Phalaris' power. Its reputation spread far beyond Sicily, becoming a symbol of unchecked tyranny. Roman historians like Cicero used it as a metaphor for the excesses of despotic rule. Extended reflection. Torture as a tool of power. What ties these devices together is their purpose: control. Each one was designed not just to punish but to send a message. They turned executions into spectacles, ensuring the condemned served as warnings long after their deaths. The spectacle of suffering in ancient and medieval societies, public executions were major events. They weren't just about justice, they were a form of social conditioning. The crowd wasn't just watching, they were participating, reaffirming their loyalty to the ruling powers through the act of witnessing. Modern parallels. While we've left behind devices like the breaking wheel and brazen bull, the psychology behind them persists. From propaganda to modern methods of control, humanity continues to grapple with the balance between justice and cruelty. Conclusion. A dark mirror to humanity. These torture devices are more than relics. They are reflections of their times and, in some ways, mirrors to the darker aspects of human nature. They show us how far power can go when unchecked and serve as grim reminders of the importance of compassion and justice. If this exploration has intrigued you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. And here's a question. Do you think we've truly moved past such cruelty, or does it still linger in different forms today? Let's discuss. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop questioning history's lessons, even when they're hard to face. I'd like to ask you for a small favor. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like or leave a comment afterward. It'll only take a second, but it would really help the channel grow. Thank you so much for your support.